Hey, HM, look, sorry. Sorry about me saying, like, to not gift me. I appreciate you. If you guys really want to gift me, we'll probably be doing a reset battle tomorrow. But I really appreciate the support. Please don't gift me. I've turned them off now. But thanks to the people, even though I was on here for like 3 minutes, thank you for showing the kindness. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Armando. I appreciate you. Your character and personality is so cool. Yeah, do you know what it is? Something like your character, like you're going to meet so many beautiful people in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like my beauty is nothing compared to the amount of beauty in the world. And it's nothing that's like long lasting. With internal beauty, not only do you have more of an impact on people, it's something that's long lasting. Like just think about the people that have like you've come across and they've been so different, or like you've learned something from them, or like it's really stuck with you. You don't really stick with people that are, you don't really remember people that, like you might know people that are really beautiful, but to meet someone and for them to have like a really positive change in your life, like that's a lot deeper than like physical attraction, isn't it? Oh, thank you, DJ. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a very deep thinker. If you guys are new to my page, yeah, we get into a lot of deep conversations. We're just... yeah, we're all about growth on here. To meet someone at your same caliber, it's so, I think it's hard. I think a lot of people fear like deep conversations because there's a level of, like I always say this, there's a level of truth that needs to be revealed. Like, I think the people that are quite harsh with themselves, even though it's like, it's not healthy, like within, like if it's not balanced, it's also a blessing. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like you are your biggest critic. You're constantly trying to improve yourself. You're about self-development. And it's brave. I think that's like the most bravest thing you can ever do, is to be honest with yourself and to know that like you're not perfect and there's things that you got to work on. Yeah, so we're all about development here. I love the mental side of everything we do. 100%. 100%. You're so mature as well. Hey, Blue Aura Guidance, you all right? How have you been? I haven't seen you in ages. Let's do a live next week. Sure, we can do that. I'm very selective with who like I network with. It's weird because when I first came on here, I've always been like that with social media. I've been very like hesitant, like who to like connect with, and I think sometimes people can take that the wrong way. And at one stage on social media I was like, do you know what, like don't take it to heart, just like network with everyone. And do you know what, it's so important to actually to stick with your morals and to stick with like if something doesn't feel right, like don't encourage it. Do you know what I mean? Like listen to your gut. I'm big on energy. I think me and Blue Aura Guidance, we've spoken about this. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's not going to be your cup of tea. But yeah, I think you need to make sure that you're networking with people that are like-minded, or people that can also help you grow, very similar mindsets. Not everyone's going to be your cup of tea. A lot of people probably don't like me, but you can't change who you are just to make sure that you're pleasing other people, you know? Speaking facts. Oh, thanks, M. JR, how you doing? Are you okay? Yo, what you saying? Nothing much, Solo. You're all right. Oh, thank you, Steve. I was about to call you Steve. Talking about Steve? Oh, no, I need to reply back to his message. I'm still getting treatment, but thank you for asking. This made my day a bit happier, thank you. Oh, Fatima, like, you're always welcome here, man. There's one thing, like, if someone's, like, going through something either physically or mentally, it's very hard for me to forget about that. Like, you're always on my mind. Honestly, every time you pop up on here, Fatima, like it hurts my heart a little bit that you're suffering. It's like, you don't realise how precious your health is, do you know what I mean? Like, we're constantly live in a very fast-paced world, especially like London, and you don't realise that, like, at one stage in your life, like, experiences are going to force you into the position where you have to just remember how grateful you are of the, like, I don't want to say the littlest things, they're the most important things, but we take it for granted sometimes, don't we? I'm a motivational speaker. No. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's okay. sometimes even worse than physical disability. What is? Do you mean like mental health? A fish only grows as big as its surroundings. Same goes with circles and people. Like literally, it's this concept of like being a good judge of character, not even like being judgmental. Like, I can't explain it. How can I put it away? Like, I think as you grow older, especially if you're like big on energy and you're very like just like cautious of people and the people that you let in, especially if you're a very genuine like person and you don't have hidden agendas and you give your all to people, you got to make sure you're selecting the right people correctly. And like I've said before, people used to say to me, like, why are you investing so much energy into these people when they've obviously shown you they don't care? And as I've grown older, I'm really like trying to break a quality of mine that I don't like, and it's being a bit too honest with things that upset me. Like, if things upset me and I know it's not worth expressing, it's better not expressing it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes that's the bravest thing you can do, is like not fall into the level of entertaining something that isn't worth it. Does that make sense? You can only select the people you want in your life by knowing who you are. You don't know what I mean? So like, let's say someone's shown you who they are and they obviously don't care, like they've mistreated you, it's upset you. Why you got to tell that person what you've done is upset me? Like, most people know exactly what they're doing. Like, you just expressing how you feel is like not lowering your worth. Okay, in a way it is like lowering your worth. It's like, why do you need confirmation from that person, or like to get off your chest like you've hurt me? Like, why do you need to go to that extent? Like, they've shown you who they are. Like, don't retaliate, don't fall to their level, and just wish. And that takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of strength to be like, do you know what? I disagree with what you've done. I'm not gonna fall to your level. I'm gonna be the bigger person. It's so hard. It's very hard. But as I'm growing older, like especially on social media, I see things and I'm like, oh, like for me, I'm a very nice person, like I'm very focused. I'm always in my own zone. Like, I never cause problems. I don't go out my way to like get involved in people's like personal life. But the moment I feel like someone comes for me, it's very hard for me to let that go. And sometimes I feel like I need to like tell that person, like, you've upset me. Like, why did you move like that? I wouldn't have done that to you. And I hold on to it, and it turns into resentment, and it's not healthy. So now I'm like, I see it and I'm like, I feel like this is the only way, like, for me to, like, move on from things is, like, wishing people well. Like, knowing that, like God, do you know what I mean? Like, God can deal with them. And sometimes I think to myself, do you know what? I don't even want God to deal with them, because I know that God's punishment is more severe. Do you know what I mean? Like, just pray for them, because obviously if they're not being a nice person, they're going through something, because good people don't want to see other people down. That was their journey. Do you forgive but not forget? 100%. I feel like as much as I'd love to forget things, like, honestly, I wish we was designed where we don't hold on to things. Like, it's actually so draining to remember, like, the pain someone's put you through. It's just, I'd hate to be that person. I'd hate to be that person, to, like, someone to remember me of, like, me hurting them. That's why I feel like it's so important to, like, sleep with a pure heart and making sure that you're not going out your way to hurt people. And it's possible to unintentionally, that's the word. 1 second. It's possible to unintentionally hurt someone, because everyone has, like, what's the word? I always see it as like a spectrum. Like, what hurts you might not hurt someone else, or what hurts you might not. Did I just say that? Do you know what I mean? Bless you. Oh, thank you, Britney. Massive water sign. Yeah, it's I guess so. It might be, but for me, it's more of a religious thing. I feel like the more closer you get to God, the more guilt you hold. I do think it's actually a biological thing as well, to a certain degree, because I feel like not everyone's like that. That's why I always see it like a spectrum. Like, everyone's idea of something is different. Do you know what I mean? Like, how they see love, how they see effort, how they see being there for people. Like, it might be, like, you know, the love languages and stuff like that. Someone's love language might be, like, spending time with a person. Someone might be, I don't know, what's the word? positive affirmations, stuff like that. You never know. Everyone's got their own little ways of doing stuff. Some don't want better for people. 100% ego. 100%. There's a lot of evilness out in the world, man. As much as I want to say, like, yeah, like there's good people in the world, like it would almost be like unrealistic to say like evil doesn't exist, or like people can't be bad, you know? Because I think most people know like there's a lot going on in the world. Yeah, I just say alhamdulillah when I feel hate, jealousy, anger. 100% Mazar, that's so true, you know. The moment I catch myself, and it's not often, it's only, like I said, if someone's come for me, it's very hard for me to like let go of that, you know, because it's like, right, like where did this come from? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it almost feels as if like someone's like thrown me into a ring and is like, cool, we're gonna fight now. And I'm like, what? Come then, let's go. It almost feels like a survival mechanism. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like you didn't go out your way to start a fight, but then you're somehow put in a position where you have to like protect yourself. Oh, thank you, Ross. How you doing, Ross? You okay? My memory is so bad and such an arrogant fool. What are you talking about? But been listening to our song recently. I haven't, you know. I've had so much going on. I literally came on, when was it? Friday. Give me some time. Oh my God, Sam. Give me some time. Can you give me on time and night battle? Where you been, John? Say evil people are in the government. Peter, I agree. She's not alone, God is with her. You don't want to be alone forever, say. What? You took it there? Should I be honest with you? There's nothing wrong with being alone, you know. Of course, I feel like we were made in pairs, you know what I mean? There's someone out there for everyone. But I'm very, very, very cautious of people. Like, the more people I come across, the more I'm like, cool. And you know what? It's actually quite alarming when people are friends with everyone. Like, I see that a bit like a red flag, you know? Like, I'm like, it almost feels impossible to be liked by everyone. So if you're liked by everyone, surely you must be hiding parts of yourself. And I came across a video today, yeah, where it was like, why are we so mean to the partner we're with? And there's something that goes back to the point where, like, with friends, they're not like, they're not, how did they word it? I can't remember how they worded it. It was like a cartoon video of like a couple, and the couple weren't really being nice to each other, and it was like, why are we mean to the person that we love? And it goes as deep as like how we're afraid that, like, essentially being like accepted with our flaws. Do you know what I mean? Whereas friends, it doesn't go as deep, even though some like friendships do go deep, and that you, in an ideal world, friendship should mean meaning. Do you know what I mean? Like accepting you for who you are, similar to like a relationship, but obviously without certain aspects. But yeah, I found that so interesting how, like, I think majority of us, like, even when I was looking at a video about attachment styles and how like anxious attached people and avoidant attached people connect, and how like the avoidant fears abandonment, and or was it the anxious? I can't remember exactly how. But it's just crazy how we're all kind of like insecure in a way. Do you know what I mean? But it's just being delivered in like not admirable way. No, that's not the way. How do I structure this sentence? Like sometimes it could be delivered in the wrong way. Do you know what I mean? But really, all we really want to be is loved, I think, like properly. And we're just trying to like not escape from our traumas, but I think a lot of people that go through bad experiences in life, they're not really like actively working on like healing. Do you know what I mean? Random question about what's the best workout at home to do. You had to throw that in when I was going into a deep conversation. to put on size, I'm not gonna lie, a big part of like building muscle is nutrition, like the amount of calories you're eating. I don't want to say weight training is very good, but I built a lot of muscle through calisthenics, you know, a lot. And I'm quite heavy as well. So I think the combination just goes well together. You haven't been missing me as much then. No, do you know what? I've had a very intense few days. Like, it's just, you got to remember, guys, like, I'm human as well, you know. I've got things going on outside of, like, social media. I said that weird, social media. Have to push through life. It's true, you know. Oh, thank you.